Now we record.
Yeah. Who know? You know. I smoke up all the grass so I can see the snakes in my lawn. And when they get close to me, know that I'ma cut their heads off. Whenever we got problems, we get problems get solved. Just break it down and roll it up and watch your issues dissolve. You'll forget about what happened by the time the split is gone. And if your hands too sticky, hit a neck and wipe them off. But you're smoking on.
Episode 85, I think. We getting into it. Right now, the trial of Ghislaine, is that how you say her name?
I think it's Ghislaine.
Something or the other Maxwell. Ghislaine or Ghislaine Maxwell is going on. If you didn't know, she was the lover or partner, however you want to call it. They weren't married.
Well, Jeffrey Epstein did say that was his best friend.
They were in an actual relationship too.
Yeah, they were in a relationship, but she left because Jeffrey Epstein said he wasn't gonna marry her, and then he came out and said that was like his best friend or whatever.
No.
But more or less, lovers and friends
/ accomplice of Jeffrey Epstein in his many escapades and activities. All right, so in honor of the trial happening, of course, Jeffrey Epstein so-called hung himself on August 10th, 2019. But in honor of the trial happening, I wanted to kind of go into all of these celebrities that's been tied to these two people and subsequently denied either knowing them or either doing anything fucking nefarious.
Mm-hmm.
And then, August 10th happened. I mean, it was motherfuckers from actors, politicians, media people, all that tied to Jeffrey Epstein. Taking private jet flights. I mean, this motherfucker owned a jumbo jet too, not like a G5 or something like
a
that.
real life plane,
like a jumbo. And I just want to talk about the people, and we can go into details of what he did or what he supposed to had done. I guess you got to call it alleged because he never got convicted. And I guess you got to call it alleged because she's still at trial. But, I believe it. But we can go into the details of whatever they did. And we can weave in and out of talking about these big names that's tied to this now dead dude who died right before he got the chance to blow the whistle on all of them.
Yeah.
Right? So, where you want to start at?
I guess right at the beginning. So, what is it? Ghislaine Maxwell? Ghislaine or Ghislaine Maxwell, however you pronounce it. She started coming around in like 1991. That's when she had moved to the United States. Is this when she moved to the United States, or is that when she got that big ass penthouse, or not penthouse, condo down the street from Jeffrey Epstein that a mysterious person that was represented by his financial company bought for her, aka the one that he bought for her. That nigga was, because that shit was $4.5 million. They was saying that she had to live like a modest life because her dad mysteriously disappeared.
Robert Maxwell.
Yeah, Robert Maxwell, and they lost all their money.
Mm-hmm. Now, whatever happened to him, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He died on a yacht.
Mysteriously.
So,
well, he was never found. It's like he did. They.
Oh, it's like the Bermuda Triangle sucked him up.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
He disappeared while he was on the yacht, and They just never found him. Still never found him.
Somewhere at the bottom of the ocean, probably. You know, or inside the Skull and Bones frat house at Yale. Maybe he's there.
Skull and Bones.
Anyway, let's fast forward to the first thing Jeffrey Epstein got popped for back in 2008.
Wasn't it sexually assaulting
a 14-year-old girl?
Yeah.
Then this nigga got like a 13-month sentence with work release. Months.
And he did a plea agreement that offered immunity to any co-conspirator.
Okay,
so it was like basically Miss Maxwell was going to be covered if anything was to happen, kind of. Well, only in the state of Florida.
That's where one of his sex compounds was at, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had a mansion in New Mexico, a townhouse in New York.
That's where he lived. Yeah, the New York mansion is what they call it.
A mansion in Palm Beach, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
A villa in the Virgin Islands.
That's where all of the real, I ain't gonna say all the real fuckery went down, but that's the most famous location, the Epstein Island.
And a townhouse in Paris.
Right.
But, yeah. He did get booked. He was jailed for 13 months.
Imagine that. Imagine getting a rape charge and getting 13 months, bro.
Yeah.
I know somebody who got a statutory charge, and the charge ended up getting dropped, and they spent 2 years in jail just waiting on the fucking court date to happen.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And the charge didn't even stick. The charge got dropped. They didn't even do it, bro. Like, so what kind of strings was this man able to pull? And this ties into what we talking about. Who did this man know?
Yeah, and I was listening to something earlier today, and they were talking along the lines of they were speaking on R. Kelly, and it was like R. Kelly. Yeah, R. Kelly he was doing some sexual assaults and stuff like that, and he got hit with a RICO charge. But it's like Jeffrey Epstein only served like 13 months, and he didn't get hit with a RICO charge. So like you can kind of see the.
But that's kind of a farce though, because that's a farce because of this.
I mean,
we talking about
it's really just moral of the story that Epstein kind of had a little bit more political power on his side other than R. Kelly to kind of get himself out of these.
They talking about two different things though.
What you mean?
Because they compare if what I'm hearing is right, they compare what Epstein did and how he got treated in 2008 to how R. Kelly got treated in 2019. In 2008, R. Kelly never saw fucking jail. Mm-hmm. Right? He went to trial. A matter of fact, he went to jail. He went to trial and got fucking acquitted for this shit. Uh-huh. But he was charged with in 2008. Mm-hmm. I mean, not in 2008. It was before then. But early 2000s, he didn't go get any prison time. So they should have compared those two things. Because before Epstein so-called hung himself, he was getting the same treatment that R. Kelly is getting right now. Yeah. They was going to put that fucker away forever. Mm-hmm. So they should have compared the first R. Kelly shit with the...
that could have been possibly what they were comparing. It was just more... I don't know exactly what case it was. It was just comparing...
No, if they talking about R. Kelly getting a RICO case, then they talking about what he wrapped up in right now.
Oh, well.
Because he didn't get none of that. He didn't get prison time for what happened with the sex tape that came out. Mm-hmm. He didn't get anything. He got acquitted.
Yeah, well, moral of the story, that nigga Jeffrey Epstein has some political power on his side.
Shit, bruh. Like, he had to, like, if anything, I'm not defending Jeffrey Epstein. Fuck him too. If anything, R. Kelly got treated better back then than Jeffrey Epstein did, because Jeffrey Epstein had to take a plea.
Yeah.
And R. Kelly hit the ground running to come out with more fucking albums. Like, that's what happened to him. He didn't go to jail at all. Like, that shit ain't even on his record. And that is something that they can't even visit again because of double jeopardy.
Yeah.
Like, they can't, like, the girl, I don't know. Like, they hold, because the family back then helped R. Kelly get off. You know what I'm saying? But R. Kelly gets no love from me. Fuck R. Kelly. He right where he belong at, in my opinion. Fuck him. Like, he was doing the same shit Epstein was doing.
Yeah.
Right? He damn near. The only thing that I don't understand when it comes to the R. Kelly situation is why the motherfuckers who enabled him ain't in jail. And you know, on my conspiracy shit, right? If you want me to get into it,
what?
The reason why the motherfuckers who enable R. Kelly ain't in jail and Ghislaine Maxwell is in jail and probably about to get put away for a long fucking time is because of the political ties. I think the politician niggas is who conspired to lock her the fuck on up.
You think so?
I mean, I think that her being in close contact with these people is why she's in the situation she's in now. And the fact that the people who enable R. Kelly are nobodies. They were just his tag-alongs. Yeah. And they just niggas who was around R. Kelly. But she was a person who was around fucking all type of people with power, politicians, media people, and all that.
Yeah, and it said that she being Miss Maxwell moved on from Jeffrey Epstein in 2008, but still kept the connections that she had while with Jeffrey Epstein. So, I mean, it would kind of make sense that she still was around those people. And I'm not sure what she was doing with those people, but what? She was with them.
Man, like, in my opinion, like, I had seen Jeffrey Epstein a bunch of times before all of this shit about him came out, and I just never knew who he was or what the fuck he was famous for. But I mean, he was just famous for having money. Like, that's what he was.
Just a rich ass nigga.
Yeah, he finessed his way to the top of being rich the same way motherfuckers like Bernie Madoff did. Not to say Epstein ran a Ponzi scheme, because I don't think he did, but these is just people who knew how to manipulate money into their hands. Like, Jeffrey Epstein didn't even get a college degree to do the shit he was doing. He just finessed his way into a job teaching at a college. Yeah. And they dismissed him the fuck out of there once they found out he didn't have the degree. And then he got into the private banking sector, something that you at least supposed to have a finance degree to do. But he didn't have it. And he rose to the top of it doing God knows what. I haven't read about how the man made his money because I'm frankly not really interested in that aspect of what he had going on.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of feels like this nigga, it's a little mystery around this nigga a little bit. And he had all these connections with all these rich niggas.
And they all of those connections grew over that same period of time. Like, so he networked. Like, he was running in circles with people. Like, people probably don't know, but like, I mean, people do know this. Like, but younger people might not know that Hillary Clinton is like part of one of the most powerful political families and shit. Like the Rodhams. Yeah. Like, she was like a New York senator before she married Bill. That's what, like, her name is Hillary Rodham. That's why you heard Jay-Z in that song say not Rudy Giuliani, not Hillary Rodham. He was talking about Hillary Clinton. And that There's Been a Murder, I think that's the track is from. But he was running in circles with people like that. Bill Clinton, a fucking governor turned president. Yeah. And Donald Trump, a fucking dude is from a billionaire family. Yeah. Like who? What about him attracted these type of people into his circle? That's what you have to wonder about.
Yep, that is true. And I mean, Maxwell was right there with her. She was the president of this shit called LMAX. It was like a global consultant company or some shit like
consultant, the biggest fucking scam in business. Consultant. So for some motherfucker to come and tell you something you already know, and you gotta pay him for it. I should have became one of those niggas.
She was a pilot, a helicopter pilot, and an EMT, and a submarine pilot.
Right.
So I mean, she had some
bumping into the microphone again like a fucking.
She had a pretty high stature, and I mean, she also had connections with like Rupert Murdoch, Charlie Rose, Martha Stewart.
Didn't Charlie Rose allegedly? Didn't he get popped in the Me Too movement?
I don't even know.
Let me look it up.
He might have. That don't sound too far off.
He's a fucking news anchor or some shit, ain't
he? Yeah, shit, I don't know. And then Chelsea, she was at Chelsea Clinton's wedding. I mean, and you already said she had like connections with the fucking Clintons.
Yep, he did. November 20th, 8 women who were employees or aspired to work for Rose accused him of various acts of sexual misconduct, including lewd phone calls, groping, harassment, and all other type of shit. Yep, that was him.
Yeah.
I think he was the one just pulling his dick out in the office. Yeah, man. So, like, damn, certain type of people is like, she liked a certain type of motherfucker, didn't she?
I mean,
hanging around Charlie Rose. Probably not even fucking Jeffrey Epstein, because the story with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell is that she was the one who groomed the young women and young girls to want to fuck around with him.
Mm-hmm. She would more or less get the other girls to recruit more girls, and she would kind of ease them into what they were going to be doing, for lack of better terms.
That's how he did. That's how it is. I mean, if it was just a creepy old nigga, it
wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work, like, because so that the woman Ghislaine is the buffer between him and them.
Yeah, she was kind of like the fucking Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Is that
like the nanny?
Yeah.
I don't know if she was a nanny. She was like the buffer. She was like when you
not necessarily the nanny, but the motherfucking person that's there that you feel most comfortable with, that's kind of helping you, I guess.
I'm trying to come up with a good analogy. I'm failing at it. I was going to make an analogy about surgery, but I don't think that one will work. But I'll do it anyway. But these young girls being with Jeffrey Epstein by just being dropped off to his doorstep and seeing him, nothing else would have been like surgery in the fucking 1700s, where they just come with a hacksaw and cut some shit up and try to stitch you back together. And being with having Ghislaine there is like the anesthesia. So it's like surgery now, where you get put under anesthesia and then the procedure go more smooth. So the anesthesia is what prepare you to be able to take the surgery, and she was what prepared them to be able to be I don't want to say it that way, be able to be assaulted by Epstein. You know?
I mean, I guess more or less she was the fucking glue of the operation.
Right. She about to take it all.
She financially disadvantaged.
Mm-hmm.
And it was even said that these girls came from houses that cost $60,000, right?
Shit, man, my house costs more than that.
And see, and that's what they were saying, like, these niggas' watches was their houses.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you can almost imagine the type of, I mean, not saying like the type of girls, but the type of situations that they may have been in, and why it was so easy to recruit these girls and get more of them who were coming from these situations, and you just tell them you're gonna give them some money. And I mean,
well, the way they was doing it was telling them that they was gonna get paid to do massages.
Yeah, because the nigga he like getting massages. That's how
he like getting a happy fucking ending. That's what he like getting.
But that's how it happened.
Bastard.
They was getting girls to come over there and give massages and almost nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And he would sexually abuse them.
Right. So,
and you can even see how Maxwell was kind of like an enforcer also, because it was one of the survivors named Maria Farmer, actually. And Maxwell was like, it's not safe to run on the West Side Highway. It's a lot of ways to die.
Mm-hmm.
And like, watch your back and shit. She ain't say it in those exact words, but that was more or less some of the shit she was saying. And it was kind of like she also played that serious role where it was like, if you ain't trying to do this shit, we about to fuck you up. Like, moral of the story, or if you try to get help or not do this shit or try to leave this island,
basically,
you
like
you might not make it back
on some shit. Like, people like us can make it a real hard time for people like you, type shit. So I got some names of people that's tied to this fucker. Let's just go with a couple that I recognize offhand. Prince Andrew.
Yeah.
Alan Dershowitz. Fucking Naomi Campbell. Stephen Hawking. You know who that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bill Clinton. And so on and so forth. And of course, Donald Trump. So I want to get into some conspiracy shit. This is conspiracy. This is allegedly. This is all of those words that cause you not to get sued because we don't know. What do you think that these famous people were doing? Now, you could go one by one, or you could go at blanket statement type shit. What do you think that they were doing with this nigga, man? Like that, you could take somebody like Bill Clinton, who you already know. I ain't gonna call him a predator because, I mean, he fucked Monica Lewinsky, but I don't think she ever accused him of raping her, and she was a grown-ass woman. Mm-hmm. She made the decision to fuck with Bill Clinton herself, but he was a person who knew how to use his position to get what he wanted to get.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what it was for all of them. I mean, whether or not they was doing right, because, I mean, I'll never fucking know. And allegedly, I'm going to just say that before I say anything, because I don't want to forget to say that shit or nothing. But, I mean, these niggas probably just wanted whatever they wanted at the time, whether it was fucking doing this shit, seeing it, or anything, just probably to get those weird fucking kicks off that they had. It was probably just one of them situations where, shit, I'm not going to get caught for it. I'm on a fucking private island. This rich ass nigga got this shit lit. That's probably what they was thinking, and just doing whatever. Because I'm pretty sure on that island, it was way more than what we're hearing. Or
of course it
was way more. And I mean, I can't even begin to imagine some of the shit that might have happened on that island.
Stanley Kubrick died from a heart attack or whatever back in 1999. But if you want to be a conspiracy theorist, he might not have just died from a heart attack.
Yeah.
But it's a reason why his last movie, Eyes Wide Shut, why the full and final version of that shit has never been released. See, now, they say he died before he finished editing it, and they just put it out. And other people say it's a full 3 hour and something long cut that's on the reel somewhere in the Warner Brothers studios that nobody will ever see.
Yeah, and
so
I'm just wondering, is it some of that type of shit?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
now
that nigga was showing you what the fuck goes on. Like,
I mean, I mean, that's a good ass movie though.
And it's a good movie.
But it kind of just leads you to think what is in that fucking piece of the movie that we just won't ever see.
That's the same type of shit that's in that damn island that we ain't gonna never see.
Yeah, we'll never see. We'll never even know what the fuck happened on that.
Cause we know what was happening down there. We just don't know who was down there doing it. Besides the people besides the people who was the fall guys.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I can circle back around to something that I said a minute ago, right?
Uh-huh.
I saw Jeffrey Epstein in pictures and shit, but I didn't know who he was. Mm-hmm. I didn't know his fucking name. And I didn't know why he was famous. Right?
Yeah.
And that type of person in this situation is the easiest motherfucker to throw it all on to. Not to say he don't deserve it, but I'm sure there's some famous niggas out there, probably one of them, allegedly, one of them who was the president a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. And one of them who was the president in the 90s, who probably deserved to be down there fucking with him because they was probably doing the shit with that nigga, man. They was probably down there with him doing the same type of things.
And I mean, it's no telling who else it might have been also that we just don't know yet. So
yeah, but that'll never come out. That'll never. Whatever names we got now are all the names we're ever gonna have.
You think so? You think that shit is about to get that protected? You think niggas is just scrambling through their fucking mansions trying to figure out how the fuck they gonna get this to stop?
No, they figured out how they was gonna get it to stop. Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell went to fucking jail, and Jeffrey Epstein is dead now. Whether he killed himself or not, he's dead. Yeah. So it's not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. The court documents came unsealed in her trial. I mean, when he first got arrested with a whole bunch of names in them, ain't none of them niggas get no handcuffs put on them. Mm-hmm. They still out here. President Trump was still running the fucking country when his ties to Jeffrey Epstein came about, and all he had to do was say, I don't know him like that. He wasn't no friend of mine. Like that's what. Even though they posing together in a fucking party.
Yeah, in 1991.
Even though Donald Trump
it was 1992. They was in a video together, and guess who was also in that video creeping through the back?
The fucking Prince.
No, Maxwell.
Yeah, she was there, but wasn't that Prince? I don't know. Was that Prince there too?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I don't know if that's the same photo.
I know it was them three there.
But this is Donald Trump, bro. The same person who said. The same disgust. I ain't even gonna go to that grab her by the pussy line, even though that show you his mindset. That show you that he been doing. His money been allowing him to do shit that he shouldn't be doing for his whole life.
Right.
You know that. This is the same disgusting ass nigga who said that if his daughter wasn't his daughter, he would date her. How can you even look at your child that way, bro? Like I can't look at nobody with the same blood as me and see anything attractive about them. I don't care how many niggas like them. Uh-huh. I don't care how many men is chasing a woman I'm related to. I can't see nothing about them besides that they're a family member. Mm-hmm. But Donald Trump can look at, I think it was Ivanka he was talking about, his older daughter, and say if she wasn't mine, I would date her. So this is the type of mindset you going into with this filthy bastard, because that's what he is to me. I don't care nothing about him, like, and whatever type of dealings he was doing with dude will probably never come out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but Maxwell, she probably gonna get picked off too.
You think she gonna die? Well, yeah. I don't know. she might be more resigned to keep her mouth. I mean, Epstein hung himself before he even got court dates, before he was able to go to court and tell on anybody. Mm-hmm. She's in court right now having her trial. So maybe, I don't know. This is how we'll see, bro. Like, this is what we'll see. If she gets some light-ass sentence, right? If she gets some light-ass sentence, you already know that she came to some agreement behind the scenes with some of them powerful folks she know. Mm-hmm. Like, because, I mean, if you really want to look at it, especially with the politic game, I don't know about with the journalism game, but with the politic game, all these motherfuckers is in it together.
Yeah.
They all suck our blood dry. All of them. Whether they're a Republican, Democrat, or any other bullshit political party that people make up when it's time to run for president. Mm-hmm. To me, they all in it together. Right? I don't trust no politician. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't trust not one of them. So they stuff they pocket with our tax money while they don't pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't. If she get off light, you notice that some of her political homies was the reason why she got off light.
I mean, and who's to say that she gets off light? They might throw the fucking book at her ass. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's so many girls that's coming out now like, this bitch is sick, that they might have to make an example out of her.
If they throw the book at her, bro, like, that mean that to me, that mean that she decided to keep quiet. This is some conspiracy theory stuff. If they throw the book at her and she just take it, that means she decided to keep quiet because she didn't want to end up like Jeffrey Epstein ended up. Mm-hmm. That's what it mean to me. That's what it means to my conspiracy side. I got a logical side too, but I mean, who the fuck wants to talk about that? Like, nobody want to listen to niggas sit up here and try to break down a trial. We ain't lawyers. Like, we just here to talking about like what's the coincidence that this man was tied to all these people, and then before he could tell what potential role any of them played in the schemes he was up to,
that nigga was dead.
He's dead. The same way never mind. I get it. We'll get into that. We'll definitely get kicked off of YouTube. We bring up that name.
Shit.
Then all type of Illuminati videos about this person got wiped off the platform. You can't find that shit nowhere. But anyway, moving on. Excuse me. What do you think? Why do you think that no victims have mentioned any of the famous people?
Nigga, it was probably set in stone that whatever you do, you better not say my fucking name. That was probably some of the first things that was ever said to them. And it's probably down to the point where it's like the same with that Maria Farmer shit. It ain't gonna be safe no more. Like, they probably gonna die. Especially if they say some of these big names that could potentially fuck some shit up.
Right, because
when I say real life fuck some shit up, I mean like really shake some shit.
Right.
And it's probably to the point like, if you say that name, you're gonna die. Like, even with Jeffrey Epstein, they can say that now because he's dead. He can't say nothing.
They could say it back then because whatever when he got arrested for this whole situation that's going on, mm-hmm. whatever favor he was currying with these people had evaporated. Yeah. They all disavowed him.
Yeah.
Like, they all disavowed him. Like, they all said, I don't know him. Prince Andrew said, I don't know that dude. Donald Trump said, I don't know him like that. Bill Clinton said, I know him socially, but I know him whatever. I guess I can use the word socially, but I ain't hang out with him in private. Never been to his island. Never been on his plane. None of that. They all said no. They distance themselves from him immediately.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and in how can I put it? When you think about it, right, you can say that, or you can think on one hand that all of these people who are politicians and super rich are just, completely normal people with a lot of money.
Yeah.
You can think about it like that.
And I mean,
but how come none of us can get to that money if these people ain't up to some other shit?
Yeah. I mean, it's almost to the point now where I'm looking at any super, super rich ass nigga like, oh yeah, he was doing some filthy shit at some point in time.
They probably were.
Like, I believe to really touch any of those major sums of money, upwards to the 600 millions and fucking billions, you gotta do some filthy shit at some point. I don't think you can just make it there off hard work and fucking, unless you really
this fucking country was founded on the swindle, bro.
Yeah. You
got to look at the reason why the so-called founding fathers fled from the UK and came over here. Right? They fled from over there, came over here, started a country, and what did they do? They started doing every fucking thing that the fucking royal family in England taught them how to do, and built a new country on the same principles that country ran off of. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's basically what happened. That's what happened. Like, this country was founded on the swindle, bruh. Like, Louisiana and Texas and shit weren't even part of the United States when it started. Where they went out there and fucking stole that shit from people. They stole the whole country. They stole people to put into the country. I don't think they stole them. They bought them because Africans was over there selling the undesirable Africans into slavery. That's how we ended up over here. But
some rich ass Africans selling some poor Africans. Some rich ass white people buying some poor ass white people.
And what was they doing for the Boston Tea Party? What was that all about? The Boston Tea Party was about what? Getting taxed with no representation, without knowing why the fuck you getting taxed, what it's going towards, and what's the purpose of this shit. They turned around and they do the same thing now. They tell you halfway of what the fuck you getting taxed for, but I mean, we don't know what the fuck going on inside Area 51.
Yeah.
But our tax money is paying for that. Like, they just now start telling us UFOs is real the other day and shit. Niggas is on 2020 talking about UFOs.
I mean,
and we was paying them niggas our taxes to keep that shit a secret, apparently. So
I don't know. In these next few years, I'm just eager to see what the fuck just either starts happening or fucking just comes out into the world.
This is the thing.
It's a underground, under the fucking ocean. It's a fucking a kingdom under the ocean with some water aliens.
You think Atlantis is down?
Shit, probably. That's probably where fucking Jeffrey Epstein at right now.
Atlantis, bro.
That nigga faked his death and that nigga's in Atlantis chilling.
Bruh. He was about to try to flee to Cuba before he got popped. But this is the thing, bro. Like, when it comes to the type of situation that's happening with Epstein, or that was happening with Epstein, and happening with all of these famous and powerful people that was wrapped up, intertwined with him in some type of way. Mm-hmm. Bro, I think that even if we found out what we found out about him, nothing might not happen to these niggas, man. Like, they pulling the string, like, and the thing about it is, a lot of that Illuminati shit, something that these fuckers probably thought that they could use. Well, not thought. Something that these people use to manipulate people. Donald Trump is the main one. Like, Donald Trump's social media profiles was used to brainwash people when he was the president and when he was running for president. That's the same thing that busted they shit up. Like, shit going viral is the reason why these people are getting brought down. Harvey Weinstein and all them. Jeffrey Epstein. Mm-hmm. The story, the journalists do the investigative journalism, right?
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, a billion people done seen it on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's been the whole crook in their plan, like, to do whatever they want to do at all times. It's the fact that everybody got all the information they want at the click of a button now. And I think that, even though on one hand I think that they might have all gotten away with it even if they were exposed, mm-hmm. I think that it was even easier just to put a face to it. And Jeffrey Epstein was the face of just as full as a participant as I think that some of these other people were too. But he was the face that they could throw down, because, like, if he was really worth $600 million, I think that was what they were reporting that he was worth. Mm-hmm. He was the broke nigga in the group. Yeah. If he was really worth just $600 million.
I mean, I don't think he was worth just $600 million. He probably had just so many ties to shit, and he probably had money everywhere.
I mean, I think his just that apartment he lived in New York was like $10 million. Like, he lived in, like, Manhattan down there where I didn't even know houses was at. Like, I thought that was just a bunch of businesses. This dude lived flat out, like, downtown and shit. Yeah. Like, he lived...
This nigga had it. Even down to the fucking... Nigga had that weird-ass picture in there. The picture in the blue dress. Wasn't it Bill Clinton in the blue dress?
Oh, yeah, Bill Clinton on a woman body?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Bill been all up in the crib, man. Like, even if Bill didn't go to the island, bro, the same type of stuff was happening at every one of Epstein houses. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I mean, the nigga had all the fucking... The video camera set all up through the house so he can see in every room and shit.
Bruh.
I just want to know, was this painting something that actually happened? Was this nigga actually sitting in that chair in this woman's dress getting painted?
Even if it happened or didn't happen, why is these motherfuckers comfortable enough with each other for that thing to even exist?
Yeah.
That's the better. And
see, that's the thing. You don't know what conversations stem from that. What if this is some shit that you have to do? What if there's multiples of these fucking paintings around? What if it's a fucking Donald Trump painting like this? Or what does the Jeffrey Epstein
Donald Trump like? Is a fucking scumbag, bro. I'm convinced, allegedly, that he was in on some of this shit.
Yeah.
But like you said, when you said if they mentioned certain names, even if they didn't get threatened, like, well, these girls be looking at it like, who the fuck is gonna believe me if I say Donald Trump did this shit to me, the president right now?
Yeah.
Hell, like, nobody. bro.
It probably was some shit like we gonna lose credibility, maybe.
Or some shit like, yeah, basically, like, we gonna lose credibility, or like they gonna just disregard the whole story because they think we trying to use the president name for fame or whatever.
Yeah.
Bro, like, I would, like, with my inquiring mind, I want to know what these motherfuckers really did. I want to see, like, I wish I could be on a fly on the wall to see who was coming in and out of there. Not even to see what was going on, because I don't want to see a 16-year-old girl having sex with anybody. I don't want to see anybody having sex with anybody if it ain't me. Like, to tell you the truth. But I wish I could have been a fly on the wall to see who was coming in and out of there. We can get down to our folks. Chris Tucker was a private jet flyer at the least. I ain't gonna accuse the man of nothing. He claimed to be a man of God. He claimed to stop working on Friday because he just didn't want to promote weed to the fans. Mm-hmm. Like, he got virtues and shit, supposedly. But I mean, he was flying on the man plane. Will Smith, if you want to get into him, he's a fucking weirdo. So I don't know. I ain't gonna say he was doing anything wrong with underage girls, but I mean, he running all type of circles with fucking weirdos and sketchy people. I mean, just the fact that you associate yourself with Scientology makes you undesirable to me.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. And that's the thing. We'll never know what the fuck was really happening on these islands. We just gotta watch this shit unfold and get what they're giving, because we'll never know. We'll never know the specifics. Moral of the story.
Yeah, but I want to speculate about the specifics. This is all alleged. I'm allegedly, super allegedly. I'm gonna ask you a question. Donald Trump, you think he participated in some of the high level fuckery that's in the trial?
I mean, shit, probably. If he was there, definitely.
What about Bill Clinton?
Bill Clinton? See, that's my thing. I don't really know about Bill Clinton. Because, now, if they had some older women there, I'm pretty sure Bill Clinton was on them. Like white on rice. But, I'm not too sure about the 14 and the younger.
I don't know if any of them was that young when they got brought to his little compounds. I think they was like 16, 17.
Well, I mean, shit, probably. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to put it past none of these rich ass niggas. Because when you get that type of money, you start, well, I don't know, because I've never been this fucking rich, but I would assume you would get some type of fucking power complex.
Of course.
Where it's like, I got enough money, nigga. Ain't shit gonna happen to me. Like,
hey, bro,
I'm with the shits. Like, they probably was getting these girls. You gonna do whatever,
right?
Cause I got that shit. Like,
bro,
and then I'm flying out tomorrow.
Look at how it is. Look at how it is in the regular world. Like, with people with this type of money, the world treat them like they above the law in some cases. I bring this up all the time about the boy who killed people in the drunk driving accident, and the judge let him off.
The nigga
because he so-called had. I don't know if it was was it a Lamborghini truck accident?
Yeah, he crashed into this old woman.
No.
He was the fucking businessman's son.
This is a different dude. That happened in California.
Yeah.
This
you know
what
I'm talking about, though.
Yeah. Now, I'm talking about the one that happened in Texas.
Uh-huh.
That where he was told he had affluenza. Pause.
Yeah, that was the same nigga.
No, this happened in Texas. I'm
saying that was the same, not the same nigga, but that was the same shit they said the other nigga had.
Right.
Affluenza, when the nigga can't distinguish right from wrong because he rich.
Yeah, man, and that's that bullshit that give these people that power complex, right?
Yeah.
Because if that's the type of world you grow up in, the fact that I got money, so that mean that I'm above certain rules and regulations. You end up doing stuff like this. So I'm inclined to believe that most, if not all of them, was doing some out there wicked shit. And that's probably, bro, that's probably the thing all these motherfuckers had in common with each other. Yeah. Which is why they all tied to him. They ain't just tied to him, they tied to each other too. Like, all these people knew each other. Like, people keep that shit, those type of circles tight. They don't really just let outsiders into them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, people keep those type of circles tight.
Because the same more shit like what happened to Jeffrey Epstein is gonna have to happen. I mean, if shit start hitting the fan, somebody got to take the fall. Because everybody can't take this fucking fall. Mm-hmm. Nigga, unless some of these families can't lose this money.
Everybody can only take the fall if you doing the type of crimes that we do.
Yeah,
to get rich.
If you selling crack cocaine,
everybody can take the fall.
Everybody can take the fall. If you
what's that? Racketeering and corrupt organizations.
Yeah,
something.
Yeah. More or less, if you doing any fucking drug activity, or if you simply just doing some shit and you ain't rich already.
Bro, they say that law, the RICO law, was enacted to bring down the mafia. That shit done locked up more Hispanics and black people than it ever locked up fucking Italians. I can guarantee you that shit.
Nah, no cap.
I can guarantee you. That
shit is ridiculous.
Yeah, like if you doing our type of crimes, if you go out there and move some weight, you getting hit with a RICO charge. Even if you moving weight for the government, like Freeway Ricky Ross was doing, they'll still put you in, like, for life. If you doing they type of shit, then they might just they'll cherry pick a couple. So the rest of these motherfuckers continue doing whatever they want to do. Mm-hmm. They cherry pick Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell out of the crew when they should have brought all their ass down, including the fucking sunburnt man that was sitting in the White House from fucking 2016 to 2020. Yeah. Should have plucked him out too.
I mean, they not gonna pluck everybody down though. Mm-hmm. That shit, it would, for lack of better terms, put the fucking world in shambles to see some of these names that you would see if they was really bringing everybody down. Because I know all of them names that you listed earlier ain't the only names. I know those weren't the only people going to this island. I know these weren't the only people being associated with these people.
I mean, I definitely believe that. I'm with you on that for sure.
But, I mean, we'll never know. Bro, I guess we'll never know.
Let's just go. We need to find WikiLeaks and have him hack their asses. That nigga, he's in some country hiding right now.
We wouldn't even fucking live to see what was up there. Nigga, they have us ran off the fucking road in a closed case in a matter of 6 months. Right.
Might not even be 6 months. Bro.
Might not. If we're being honest, that shit, we would never get to see what the fuck what was in those files and what videos and pictures are just secretly hidden on various fucking hard drives around the world. Fucking, we had never. Nah.
Bro, WikiLeaks leaked a couple emails and shit. That joker is underground right now. I think if he ain't locked up, he might be locked up. I don't know.
But that nigga from WikiLeaks, what's his name?
Josh something. Mm-hmm. I might be wrong about that. I didn't think I was gonna be talking about WikiLeaks today. Let me look him up real quick.
No.
Yeah, Julian Assange. Something. Julian I can't pronounce that. Dude is Australian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Like,
moral of the story, that nigga ain't around no more.
He around. He ain't dead.
No, I'm not saying like that. Like, his ass ain't being found right now.
I might got him mixed up with a different dude.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. I don't. That's him. WikiLeaks. They done prosecuted. They trying to get him. And they reopened the case in 2019. All right, she discontinued the investigation. Yeah, I don't think he around here to get fucking clapped up. I think he's staying away. Probably somewhere with no extradition treaty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they probably still after his ass.
Bro, like it's...
Moral of the story, don't fuck with these rich niggas. If you ever really start touching some paper and these really rich niggas want to start getting in the mix, try to stay far away.
Mm-hmm. I mean, shit, bro. Even if you hit that $300 Powerball ticket, that shit is nothing to them. Like,
nigga, that shit is pocket change. They play with that on the daily.
Right.
It's when you get up into the motherfucking, like I said, the 800 millions, the billions, the 10 billions that Bill Gates, Elon Musk.
They in the 100. I mean, I know Elon Musk is worth like him and Jeff Bezos go back and forth on a daily basis of who's the richest man on earth.
Nah, but it's like when you get in that money, that range of fucking money, the power is endless.
Yep.
Like, this nigga Elon Musk got like some cult or some shit.
A cult?
Yeah.
What you talking about?
You ain't hear what his girlfriend said?
Grimes?
Yeah.
That weird ass fucking woman?
Yeah, she was a part of like some fucking cult he had or some shit.
Didn't know.
I don't know how true it is, but
did not
I
hear
think
that.
I've heard that before. But moral of the story, when you get that type of money, shit different.
Mm-hmm.
Shit don't hit the same no more. You can damn near pay anything to get off anything. You can pay for the world to never know what the fuck happens in your life. You can pay for people to get whacked off without no one ever even fucking knowing.
Yeah,
you
man.
can make some shit for real. Let's look at it. If you had $300 billion, you can make whatever the fuck happen. You can make it happen.
Absolutely.
Because there's somebody out there that's gonna do that shit and it ain't gonna take them $300 billion.
And the thing with that money, with that type of money, it's a whole bunch of fucking steps between you and whatever is going on.
Yeah.
That's like, so it's a lot of steps between, it's buffer after buffer after buffer between even it was a lot of steps between Jeffrey Epstein and these motherfuckers who was doing this shit with him. That's why none of them ain't locked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to go through this and go through that. Hell, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just a whole...
It's a whole lot of shit. Moral of the story.
Yeah, it's a whole world out there that we ain't privy to. And I think all the motherfuckers is guilty, allegedly. Mm-hmm. They all did that shit, allegedly. Not just Epstein, allegedly. Like,
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just some shit that we'll never see and we'll never truly 100% know about. Even if they tell us, we'll still never fucking know.
Right.
So I don't know. Mm-hmm. We just know that.
See, they tell us. Next thing you know, we find
jail soon.
We find out the whole truth. Next thing you know, like 400 million people hung themselves on the same day.
Yeah.
That's what.
Exactly. Exactly. Every fucking survivor ran off the fucking road at the same time on the same day. On the same highway or some weird shit.
Yeah, man.
Like that's and that's where that fucking $1 billion money come from to make that shit happen. Cause I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's some other names on that list though. Some names that if you seen it, you will be like, well, damn.
Yeah, we'll never know. Jeffrey Epstein took it to his suicidal grave with himself. If that even happened. Probably didn't. Maybe it did. Who knows?
Whatever. Moral of the story, he took that shit to his grave.
Yeah, the grave part happened. But how we got there, that's a mystery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got motherfucking doctors saying that shit couldn't have happened that way.
Because the bone that breaks in your neck, there's I can't remember the name of the bone, but it's a bone that breaks in your neck that usually means that you've been strangled to death, which basically is what a hanging is, strangulation.
That shit wasn't broken.
Yeah, it wasn't broken, but they did. I heard one doctor say sometimes that shit can happen without that being broken.
Yeah, but you heard one doctor say it. That doctor that just got a fucking $500 million bonus, and now is in Cabo for the next 2 fucking years chilling.
Yeah, I did hear. I'm just presenting both sides of the argument.
Nah, I'm just saying, when you get that type of money, you can make some shit happen, and I believe this is a lot of making that shit happen. But who am I?
Just some guy
with a MacBook and a microphone.
That's what we both are. Just talking shit at the end of the day.
You got some independent spotlights?
Yeah, man, we got 2 production spotlights, 1 artist spotlight. Now, one of the artists produced one of the tracks, I'm pretty sure, because I didn't hear him rapping on it. But his name is still listed as one of the artists who worked on the tracks, and I know he's a producer also. And he rapped on the other track, which is off of his own project. And then the other one is a producer. So who you want to go with first? You want to go with the artist that got 2 tracks or the artist that got 1?
We can go with the artist that got 2 tracks.
All right, so 2 tracks. Nico Porter, that'll be the artist. First one is called Red Bird. It's also featuring Ben Reilly. Ben Reilly is the one rapping on the track off of Ben Reilly's album Freelance. I think Nico produced this one because I know he's a producer also. So Apple Music don't give us credits. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna guess that he produced it. Let's get it. And if he did produce this shit, reminded me of that nutmeg off of Supreme Clientele.
Rappuccino in a turtleneck. I'm immersed in perfect word and I'm certain these scars are worth it. I'm from a city where the murder rap. It's unfortunate when accidents happen on purpose. Your nervousness is clouding your judgment. No longer pulling my punches. You hold your breath, you holding nuts, nigga. Trust I hold grudges. I'm here to push discussion, of course. If you want it, so be it. Ain't no rush.
That right there. That fucking run it back from the top shit.
But I assure you, like Canarsia floss. My teeth porcelain white, I wouldn't bite you if I wanted to, boy. I'm only here to shake spears. I'm like a
nigga said my teeth porcelain white, I wouldn't bite if I wanted to, boy.
Nico told me do it, I'm on top of it. This Molotov came out the blue, this alcohol's anonymous. Proud of this, P-funkin' like Parliament.
Bro, this nigga's sick. Hold on. He said this Molotov came out the blue, this alcohol's anonymous?
Nah, that nigga Ben Reilly is nice. I actually listened to a majority of this album. This nigga, he can rap.
Shit, whether Nico is whatever way he's associated with this track, I think it's production. Shit, man.
I also think it's production. I don't think he was.
I ain't hear him rap on it. I done heard majority of his music. I know what he sound like. And plus, I listened to the rest of the album too. That's Ben Reilly rapping on every track.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this shit, Bro, this shit is so crazy with that fucking beat. As soon if I don't compare people to try to say, oh, you made a track to try to make it sound like this track that I am referencing, right? Mm-hmm. If I compare you and say, oh, this shit remind me of Nutmeg off of Supreme Clientele, that's like the highest fucking compliment I can give. Mm-hmm. Right? It got the same type of vibe, the same type of cadence. That's like the highest compliment I can give, because I would not dare fucking make a comparison to a Ghostface Killer track off of, I don't know, man, slight tangent, off of what I now probably consider, after a lot of deliberation, probably, besides Enter the Wu-Tang, probably the best album to ever come out of Wu-Tang, Supreme Clientele. Mm-hmm. Besides they debut group album, I think Supreme Clientele is the best thing ever made in that camp. And I'm definitely not going to compare you to that if it's not deserved. Let alone when you producing, and like Nico is credited as like an artist on the album itself, mm-hmm. right? So his name is in the title of the album when you go on Apple Music. So when you producing a track, you have to know the intricacies of what your fucking artist is gonna do. You gotta make something that fits so they can kill it the way you want it to be killed, so it can connect with the audience like this track did with us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then the way he come on there flowing effortlessly, it was like shit, a match made in heaven. I mean, like you really can't get no better than something that sound like this. Yeah. Not in my opinion, you can't.
That beat didn't sound like no shit I've ever heard before. Like, not as far as like the fucking who got you, the all of the fucking
can I say something? Can I say something?
And whistles on that shit, man. That shit is one of those things that if you really love the music and you really appreciate a great producer and some good rapping, this is one of those songs that you have to appreciate.
She wanna feel like a million. She wanna run up a ticket. She wanna come around and kick it. My niggas is not no civilians. She just got back from Aruba. That got her seeing shit different. That got her talking real different. She think her daddy exquisite. And I feel it. Get your bag up, bring that check up. Get your mind right. And I get your bag up, bring that check up. Get your mind right. And I feel it. Get your bag up. For these niggas, get your bag up. She wanna feel like a million. She wanna run up a ticket. She said it's bad bitches only. Moving by they dolly. She need a range and a rollie.
This remind me of that other song we did by him. It ain't not even that one, bro. I didn't even think of that one.
Nah, that's what it reminds me of. It gives me that real smooth ass vibe. I'm chilling on this fucking warm summer night, fucking top back, just cruising, light shining down on me, just nigga just riding. Like, this is some good ass riding music. This shit is a good ass song.
That shit remind me of that other track we did at Girl, man, fuck it up with your friends.
Oh yeah, fuck it up. Yeah,
that's what it reminds me of, bro. Like, this is that driving around at 1 o'clock in the morning with nothing but the street lights music, bro. Like, that's what it is to me. Mm-hmm. Like, that shit is just, that's that easy listening rap. I need that type of shit to balance out, because to me, it's with my listening taste, with hip hop music. It's way easier for me to like a hardcore song than it is for me to like a easy listening song. I need more of that to balance out what I listen to on a regular basis. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And this is one of those tracks that could make that type of cut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is very on some relaxing type shit that I can listen to when I'm trying to wind down instead of something that's gonna get my heart rate pumping. Like, love it. That's why
this shit is some real chill shit. Like, this is just one of them songs that can easily go on repeat 20 fucking times, and you listen to it every single time.
This is the thing. That's what I do when it comes to songs like this. Matter of fact, since I was just shitting on him, let me give him the biggest amount of props.
Nah, I want to go back to that. Don't think I was done with that.
Fuck that nigga and his song. We can do that after we finish. But I can give him the biggest amount of props. A song like Addiction from Late Registration, that's something I can listen to right now.
Is it weed? I'm not addicted.
I've been afflicted.
When I two, when I three.
I can listen to that non-stop. I have listened to that for hours. That shit, I'm just relaxing, listening to that. This is in that same type of lane where I could just listen to this for hours. Like, it ain't even gotta be relevant to the situation, because this song, it has a subject matter, right? But I can listen to it whether I'm with a female I'm talking to or whether I'm just by myself and I just want something that's playing for me to fucking unwind to. That means seal of approval from me. Absolutely.
Nah.
But he don't really.
This shit is good.
Nico was an artist we talk about that whenever he don't really miss.
Yeah, this nigga don't miss.
Yeah, he was one of those artists that you came across when you was torturing yourself with those damn SoundCloud sessions and like
still torturing myself to death.
Every 1,000 songs you listen to, you find that one. That need that we found, that you found by him, you found it and sent it to me. Need is the one that we came across, and it really just, he ain't really missed since then.
That shit be trash.
SoundCloud?
Yes.
That shit is.
It's been time. I have to just shut the whole fucking app off because it's like, you get a fucking terrible song, ad. Terrible song.
I can admit my flaws, and I will tell you flat out that, my nigga, when it comes to the SoundCloud shit, you got that one up over me, because after about 2 songs, bro, I can't do it anymore. I have to check the fuck out.
And it's to the point now that I be trying to listen to the whole song to see if I catch a piece of it that I like. But it be some shit I be having to let go in the first 10 seconds. I
was saying, bro, but
I try to at least give them 30 seconds. Because you can determine whether you really gonna fuck with a song in 30 seconds of it. And a lot of them don't make it. They don't.
His song made it.
His song definitely
on that shit, when you sent me his first track, and I know he told us, like, he kind of moved past that style, but that was just the introduction into for us into his music. I already knew I was gonna like that song like fucking 2 seconds in. When the sample kind of spun in, and then the beat started, and the first 2 lines the nigga said, I was like, you know what? Yep, let's talk about this one. And then, like, he ain't missed since then. Not in my opinion.
That nigga said, I need peace and quiet rolling up. My dog just gentrified his nose. That nigga OJ with the white.
And he said that was one of, like, the first shits that he made.
See, like, when you got talent like that, why are you not fucking famous already? You start off making music that fucking good, and you, like, I'll never understand it.
Because it's all politics, man. Like, it's politics.
Fucking popularity contest, honestly.
It's politics, and then You just have to use this fucking this internet to try to make it, because this is the way you can make it. And like whatever little way that we can help, if one person hear the song that ain't never hear it before, then to me that's a good thing. Like this song is another one of those. This is off of his free market EP, and he just don't miss. He always making heat, man. So that's Nico Porter. Song is Millions from the Free Market EP. Absolute.
No, that shit's good.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go on and talk about this next one while I pull it up.
All right, the next song is a production. It's a production type of thing. It is produced by OG Dynasty Beats, and it's another producer on it too. It's produced by OG Dynasty Beats. Now it's by Trae Truth and My Son, so it's not really independent. Well, Trae Truth may be independent, but he's famous, right? But it's the fact that we giving like props to a guy that's coming up from the trenches, right? Mm-hmm. Making it through this joint and getting a big record. Like he getting a big record for himself. Like to be featured on the Trae Truth shit ain't nothing small. Mm-hmm. Like Trae Truth is out there. Like, he been on records with UGK and everything. Yeah. So he a big name. To me, he a big name. I don't care what nobody else say about it. Mm-hmm. So it's OG Dynasty Beats, and he co-produced that joint with because I don't want to like nobody miss nobody on the credit. Tavaras Jordan. Mm-hmm. He co-produced it, and it's called "Who Woulda Knew" off of the off of the My Son and Trae Truth collaborative album.
Who woulda knew?
Mm-hmm. Trae Truth can sing, so I didn't even fucking know that.
I think I do that.
That shit is mad loud. You hear how this nigga, that shit just ride over that beat? Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about the days when I was sitting with misery, looking in the mirror, I'm trying to battle my enemies.
Copyright man, don't come for us.
The sea of victory, standing like original gangsters that gave us history. Came up on the corner that led to cases and homicides. I was on a similar road, just took a rougher ride. Crazy, that's the same place having these niggas on to die. Help them understand when they tellin', ain't nothing justified. Back and forth with spiritual drama.
Trae Truth is nasty, man.
It is nasty.
Nigga's fucking sick.
I mean, honestly, I would have loved to play more so we can hear the beat more, but just for copyright sake reasons, I mean, right. We can go on and already say it. We don't own no rights to this music and none of that.
You know, got YouTube be having you have to play these stupid fucking games.
And that's the main reason why I'm kind of shying away. But this is some good shit.
Bro, like
I want to give my man his props, but I mean, just.
We've been listening to OG Dynasty Beats since the beat tapes, bro. Like since the fucking beat tapes, and he was sending us them joints, bro. Them shits was crazy. Yeah, and it's just good to see him have. To me, this a major song. Bro.
This is a major song.
It's on a record by a nigga that's made it in this industry.
Yeah.
So this is major. Like, so it's good to see him have some major shit out there. He from Fayetteville also. Mm-hmm. So like we always be saying about Fayetteville, what the fuck is going on down there? That they producing all these artists. It's gonna be
all these great fucking artists and producers.
Mm-hmm.
This shit's crazy.
It's gonna be one of those. Fayetteville is gonna have one of those Atlanta type of things happen. Because when that Atlanta bubble popped, or not popped, the Atlanta bubble didn't pop, but when that Atlanta scene exploded, bruh, every motherfucker down there was putting out crazy music and still is. Like Atlanta got some of the, objectively, whether I like some of the shit that come out or not. Like, I'm not really that big of a fan of Gunna, but I mean, look at the nigga put out stuff that people want to hear. So they got the top of the game sewn up. I think that same thing is gonna happen with Fayetteville whenever that scene blow up like it should have already done, because basically like one of the 2-3 biggest niggas in the game is from over there. So he need to come back home and start fishing in his own pond. Like, to me.
Nah,
because
I'm gonna go name drop that nigga. J. Cole.
Right.
Go back to your fucking city and discover these niggas. They better than half of them niggas on Dreamville. For real. So shit.
If I ain't shy,
put that shit down,
bro. If I ain't shy to say that it's a song better than a song off of the best Kanye album, I'm definitely not shy to say that these niggas is better than them niggas on Dreamville. Half of them, like shit, bro. Like J. Cole is up there though. Like I might not like every one of his albums, but if we take the album shit out of it and just look at how he can get busy, that nigga is up there. Like, but the way I look at it is like you just said, man. Like Fayetteville, that bubble down there gonna have to explode at some point in time because there's too much talent. OG Dynasty Beats is one of them.
Exactly.
Like, and it looked like he really on the rise. More, I want to hear him on more. I want to hear his fucking tag on more major commercial songs. But that's Who Woulda Knew by My Son and Trae the Truth. Produced by OG Dynasty Beats and Tavaras Jordan. Good track, man. Wish we could have played more of it, but YouTube already ain't fucking with us.
Yeah. I just would hate for that shit to get copyright struck.
They already ain't. They already don't. That's why we gotta get this shit on.
Just think about what we was fucking talking about in this episode.
We gotta get this shit on Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts too. And maybe even Spotify, because YouTube is not. If you would have just saw what happened with last Wednesday's upload before it actually went through, if you would have saw, you would just know that they just not fucking with us.
Fucking with us all that great. But I mean, hey, fuck them. We just using their resource.
Yep, using their fucking servers, bitch ass niggas.